Hey there, it's Casey Dimon here, TaxSaleAcademy.com. Thank you so much for watching as we record this episode for the Tax Sale Podcast. If you enjoy podcasts, check us out, TaxSalePodcast.com. If you prefer watching us as we record this podcast, and just sit tight. You can watch us right here on YouTube. Just let me know that you do enjoy watching these podcast episodes by clicking that thumbs up button. And also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel by clicking the red subscribe button. That way you don't miss out on future tax sale training videos. Let's go ahead and record that audio version right now. Welcome to the Tax Sale Podcast, where tax sale investing is made easy. My name is Casey Dimon. I'm a tax sale veteran. I'm the leading tax sale expert. I'm the author of the Tax Sale Playbook, founder of the Tax Sale Academy, and I am your host right here on the Tax Sale Podcast. As a reminder, we do provide this podcast completely free because of the Tax Sale Academy. If you're looking to learn more about investing in tax-defaulted real estate, just head on over to TaxSaleAcademy.com. Again, that's TaxSaleAcademy.com. All right. Today I'm going to go over the steps to hit a home run as a tax sale investor. Now, this could be an insane deal that changes the direction of your life, or it could be one that just adds a few extra grand to your bank account. What I'm talking about are the deals that are better than all of your normal deals. I've done well for a number of years with tax sale investing, right? Almost 2 decades now. And I've hit a number of home runs over the years, more than most people probably. And I've actually created a number of videos about them over on YouTube and some even on this podcast I mentioned. The Best Day of My Tax Sale Life is one of my most popular podcast episodes. When I go to look at YouTube, the $20 house, the 1 cent transaction, or the time I profited over $90,000 at one auction. All these are examples of deals that I've discussed before, of my home run type deals. And truthfully, I do not post these to be braggish at all. I do it to show you the possibilities of what I've been able to do in this business. Naturally, this stuff isn't around every single day. And I'm not implying in any way, shape, or form that you will be able to replicate these results. But what I wanted to do is show you the process that took me to deals like that. And even if you're not making 90 grand at one auction, perhaps you can use these same exact strategies to make an extra $1,000, an extra $5,000, or whatever it is to help you out in your business. Another thing to note, this is not a fast process. You can't just go out there and say, okay, Casey said, do step 1, step 2, step 3, and boom, I made $1 million. Hopefully, though, this will provide you with the roadmap of a process you can incorporate over time into your tax sale business. This is a process that will hopefully help you to have more of those home run deals compared to not using this type of process. All right, let's get to it. The first one, without a doubt, as we just discussed, patience. And some of you are probably going to go ahead and shut this episode off right now. And that's okay, because you're going to miss out on preparing yourself for the future. But I can remember going to auction after auction after auction, getting property after property, but none of them I considered, wow, that's amazing. And then suddenly it happened. A few years into this business, I went to one auction that made me more than I had in the previous 6 months combined. Then this started happening more and more frequently. But tax sale investing is not a game for those looking to get rich quick. This is a business. We can acquire real estate for prices determined primarily by your competition that you can then use strategies to sell to produce a return from, right? Pretty simple business. If you take the time to really work at your business and work on growing it, it will grow, okay? It's similar to those who appear to be overnight successes, right? The athletes who came out of nowhere and who are now mega successful. And well, guess what? You don't know their backstory. You don't know the years and years of hard work and effort that nobody writes about. That same story can be told of many successful tax sale investors if you give it the time necessary. If you are patient with the process, you will absolutely see success, and you'll absolutely come across the opportunities to take advantage of those home run type deals. The next one goes along with the first, timing. And this is such a huge part about every single business owner who is going to see profits, no matter what business you're in. So much of what we do as tax sale investors isn't actually controlled by us. And it seems like this is almost tough for many people to understand when they first get into this business. I mean, goals are great, right? Goals are fantastic. But what if there isn't anything available for the next 30 days that you want? If you set a goal, I'm going to buy a property in 30 days, and there's nothing available, what happens then, right? Are you really going to buy that landlocked swampland just so you can meet that goal? That's a little bit ridiculous here. We don't control the properties that are offered, the competition that's there, and subsequently the prices that those properties are sold at. We can't control quite a bit in this business. So we must focus on the stuff that we can control, our bid amounts, our research, our strategies, that kind of thing. The next couple of steps will help increase your odds at having the best timing possible, but it's all about preparing yourself to be ready when that timing is right, to be ready when that property hits, so you recognize it and so you can jump on it, so you know when that opportunity hits you smack dab in the face, so you know when it's time to take advantage of it. Timing. The next one, exposure. And what I mean by this specifically is that you see as many properties get sold as possible. The moment that I expanded my market areas, my profits went way up, as did the number of properties I purchased that I considered to be amazing deals. I went from a one county operation to dozens of counties in many states. And I don't say this lightly, but my income tripled the moment I decided to do that. And it's gone up even more since. A lot of this is because I would go from one county to the next and I'd pick out the home run deals, or the ones that should have been home run deals. So if you're stuck investing in one county, you might see, say, 100 properties sold. If you go to a dozen counties, then you'll see 1,200 properties sold. And if 1% are the deal of century type deals, then you just increased your chances of acquiring one of those 12 times over. I can't even begin to explain to you how much my market expansion increased my business. All the deals that I talked about earlier, the $20 house and all that kind of stuff, with the exception of one, were not local to me. In fact, they were not even in the same state that I live in. And beyond that, they were all in different areas. It's not like I went to one area and just really lucked out. They were all in different market areas. The best deals that I've ever gotten were all in different areas of the country because of my exposure to as many properties being sold as possible. The more properties you see auctioned off, the higher your chances are of not only getting great properties and making a great living, but the higher your chances are of getting those crazy good deals. And the last one that I want to discuss today is your ability to see opportunity. And this is more knowledge driven than actually tactically driven. I can't give the tactics just to say, this is how you see opportunity. This is based off the knowledge you have in this business. If you become the guy who spots opportunity in whatever market you're investing in, you are going to win. It's that simple. And let me clarify just a little bit. I'm not talking about the same opportunity that every single other investor in that room sees, nor am I talking about the so-called opportunities that might leave you bankrupt because it is so risky, right? I'm talking about the opportunity that you know you can make work without a doubt, but others might not seem to get. Now, many of the transactions that I discussed earlier were huge opportunities because they were just so cheap, right? But I've also spent quite a bit of money on opportunities that I saw and nobody else did. I once purchased an entire residential subdivision at a tax sale. And I talked about this a few weeks back on this podcast. It was 4 phases. The first phase had been developed and sold off, right? Built out and sold. The fourth phase was completely undeveloped. But the second and third phases, they were platted, they were staked, roads were cut in, they had pavement down, curbs, gutters, retention ponds, all that fun stuff. They were not yet individually parceled in the county system. That's the very final step to be done. Now, for many investors, what a nightmare. You couldn't build on that property until you finished that development process, which most people don't have experience with. But for me, that was a home run opportunity to finish a development that somebody had already spent hundreds of thousands of dollars doing that work. I could simply finish it up and reap the benefits. I actually ended up flipping it to another developer who was local to that area very quickly. But this is a great example of an opportunity that I saw and nobody else did. Much of what you do as a tax sale investor, if you want to hit home runs, will be based on your strategies, your angles, and then you'll succeed by your own design if you learn to spot these opportunities. Learn to spot these opportunities and you'll eventually hit more home runs than you will singles. So tax sale investing is a business that can generate long-term sustainable cash flow. It's an incredible business. It's a generational type business if you do it correctly. And like every business, there will be times where you'll have extremely profitable deals or approaches. Using these steps that we discussed today will absolutely increase your chances on finding those deals that others can only dream of. Be patient, wait for the timing to be right, go to more auctions and spot that opportunity when it's right in front of you. I truly hope that today's podcast episode has helped you out. If so, please don't forget to leave us some positive feedback on whatever podcasting platform that you're listening to us on. And as always, if we can help with your journey to tax sale success, there are a number of very helpful links down below in today's show notes. One of those links, of course, will take you to our primary site at taxsaleacademy.com, where you can join the academy for our most advanced step-by-step training that we offer. Again, I truly hope that this episode has helped to play just a small part in your quest for tax sale success. I'll see you next time on the Tax Sale Podcast, and don't forget to make it a successful day. See ya.